Hey! Kia ora whanau. How are we? Hey, Hiroki. I'm back. It was a bit, man, it's been a pretty up and down last 12 months, I must say. Still staying the course though. I'm still happily married to my wife, 2 beautiful kids. Working and all that sort of stuff, back on track, and saying back on track, I decided to start this new channel, again, after deleting the last one. It was pretty irrational move just to fully delete it, but I'll sort of explain what was leading up to it. And the reason I deleted it was because my last post was about my childhood upbringing, and that was posted out of anger and hurt. So I noticed that the last few posts on the previous channel that I had was, the posts were coming from hurt and trauma, and I was going away from what the actual channel was about, and it's to help uplift and bring us all together. No matter where we are around the world, we all go through similar things, similar struggles and things like that. And I pretty much turned all my social media off because I was getting to a place where, although I was helping people all around the world, talking to people all around the world, through emails and things like that, and I felt that I was getting just pretty much everywhere I was looking, there was walls, like to try and gain employment and things like that. I got knocked back so many times, man, and it gets pretty disheartening after a while when you constantly take hits, when all you're trying to do is better yourself and you're trying to be a better human being, for your whanau, and just, trying to be a better person for me, because I want to be a lot better than how I used to be. So, and I found that I was just, man, I was getting knocked back everywhere, like jobs. Like I found it hard to fit back in normal society, and the feeling of being rejected all the time, it's, some may laugh at it, and it's all cool, but this is me here, once again, being vulnerable, but it's to let you guys know that there is a life after you've played up and you've experienced a bit of life, and you've been through some hurt and trauma yourself, and sorry if this video is all over the place, whanau. It's, I haven't really done this for a long time, but my posts were coming from anger and hurt, and that was only because of the constant rejection, like jobs. I went for so many job interviews. I'm more than qualified, qualified builder, and all that. I had all the tickets, but it would sound really good on the phone. Then I would go to the job interviews and it would be like, oh shit, and then, because New Zealand's a small place, they would know, or somebody would know sort of me, and they'd be like, oh, he's ex gang boss, that fella, and for the new people that are new to this channel, a little bit about myself. I was the president of a chapter in wine club before leaving, just for own personal reasons, and then I went and joined on to another club, which I become the national president. So, and I handed in my patch on the 25th of October 2019. 2019. Which is not heard of, A national president at the age of 35, handing in his patch, not kicked out, handing in his patch and walking away freely, It was all done the right way, was done on the national run, I never hid away. Hiding is not my style. I don't hide from anyone. And so I handed it in, because things change and life changes, and my babies, my boys and my wife, they have changed my life dramatically, and I found myself no longer wanting that life, because it was just, it's bullshit, it's fake, this is only my experiences. I'm not saying the gang world's fake at all. I still know a lot of guys that are in that place, and so I'm not talking shit about gang members. I'm not doing that. I'm here to share my stories and to tell you what I experienced, and to try and lead people away from that life, because at the end of the day, it's only going to bring you heartache, man. It's only going to bring you heartache or jail, So we all know that. We've only got to turn the news on, and there's shootings every day, shootings most day. And what's it over? It's over territory and drugs and all that sort of shit, which is no longer part of my life. I've been away for that nearly 2 years. I know I'm repeating myself, but just getting used to talking back into the phone, and But I've gone off topic again. But that's a little bit about me. And as the channel goes on, I will, we'll dive deeper into that walk. I won't be talking about no gangs. It's just my life as what I participated in, and it's it'll be no names, no other man's name ever goes over my lips. So I don't talk about the person unless they're standing in front of me, right? And so and I won't be sharing stories about fights and all that sort of stuff, just because I'm not here to promote myself like that. I'm here to let people know that it's okay to struggle after that life, or if you've been in the hustle, if like you've been hustling your Pokemon cards and stuff, you find it hard to to get back into normal life, because the fast money's gone, everything's gone, I gave that up, willingly gave that up, and that it was a massive adjustment, man, huge adjustment, and I'm still trying to adjust, and it's mainly the money thing, you go to work 45, 55 hours a week, and you're barely scratching $1,000, whereas rent's $600 because I don't own my house. I lived a life of a house, house, what the hell? I just wasn't about it, I was about the partying and the brothers and, riding the bikes and just being a shithead, really. I can say that now because I can now look back at my life and just think, what was I up to, And there's nothing special about me, at all. There's nothing special, because I know that there's a lot of people that have gone through the changes like me, And the reason I'm sharing is because some days you feel like there's nobody else on the planet like you, And it's the hurt and trauma that we put ourselves through without knowing that we're putting ourselves through it. Sounds confusing, but for me personally, when I was in that life, I never really had a conscience. I just, let's roll, whatever's going. If fights and that, we're just normal. Violence is part of that world, And then to step out of that world, and then to try and come back into society again, I did that transition, and then upon turning my first channel off, I found myself going back to anger because the constant rejection, it was, and to be fair, I'm the one that put all the timicals all over me, proud as of them. If I could do it again, I probably wouldn't have as many. I've got my whole body done. it just makes things harder, And although I like to be different, some days you like to fit in and just blend in too, but at the time when you're in the gang world, you don't care about these sort of things. You don't care about fitting in because you're a power unto your own. Like, you think you're untouchable, like, who cares what people think? And I still have that mentality. I don't care what people think about me, but on those days that you're feeling low, and like, fuck, you're feeling a little bit down and out, and then the constant reminder of your past life and rejection, it can get you down, to the point where I got rid of all my social media and I just went, fuck the world. Nah, I'm not helping nobody no more. I've had a fucking guts full. That's it, because nobody was helping me, and I got stuck in that mindset, like, fuck. It's hard to be positive all the time when you're getting the knocks, And although a lot of people say, oh yeah, we believe in second chances and stuff like that, society says it, they say it. Not many actually do it. Not many will actually give you the second chance, I went back to studying, to try and do, to be a social worker, and it was just constant walls there too. Like, the money you got for studying was like $300 and something, and it's, how are you meant to support a whanau on that? You can't. And that's somebody that's trying to better themselves so then they can help other people, And there's a lot of people out there that do manage to get through it. I personally couldn't, because I had bills, I had rent, I had rent to pay. So I had to leave and I had to try and find employment, and that was a mission on its own, man. Constant rejection, all good on the phone. Yeah, bro, sweet. And then I go to meet and I'll be like, oh, shit, fuck. Oh, hey, mate. And I could just tell straight away. And then it sort of got to the point where, like I said, the anger and that, I would go to the job interviews and I would just be straight up. I'd just look at them and say, bro, are the fucking tattoos a problem? Because if the tattoos a problem, and you're going to be fake to my face, well then, just fucking tell me now so I don't have to waste time here, That's how I got, because, I was just, a man can only try so much and take so much, And then, and upon all that shit, it was, all these other heroes too that are out on the street, running their mouths, just being eggs, for no reason, and then I just put walls up. I put walls up everywhere. I was just, nah. Like, apart from work, I haven't really talked. I've talked to maybe three people, like my circle is very small. I don't reply to messages on my social medias anymore, just because I would, like, why? Where's my hand up, And that's not a poor me thing. It's just, like I said, after time, when you keep taking the hits and the hits and the hits, it does wear you down, to the point where, I was just like, fuck. The anger was building to the point where the people that done me wrong, I was trying to find excuses to attack them. Like, I was that angry. I wasn't worried about going back to jail, only for a small time, like, just the anger had really, really got the better of me, and I was just furious with everyone, but you learn to deal with these emotions along the way, and it's called growth, and I know that I used to go on about that, but until I had never experienced rejection like that. Well, I certainly never expected it from normal people, I thought, oh, I'll get a second shot somewhere, surely. And but the constant rejection, and it ate at me. So that's it. I was good at giving the advice at the time, but it was hard to tell. It was hard for me to take my own advice when I was like that, because as soon as I felt disrespected by people out in the public, I would look at them and go, man, what fucking right have you got to do that, mate? You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what the pain and shit has taken me to sit here in front of you at this fucking job interview, humble myself, and take a shit wage, just to get a job, and working in the rain and all that sort of shit, which a lot of people do. I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying ex-gang members and that, when they try and fit back into normal society, because they're used to the fast money, they're used to that, they're used to the lifestyle, and not just ex-gang members, it's people that are on the hustle and all that too, because it's hard to live the proper way, a law-abiding way, and hand on heart, I have not broken the law, well, except for speeding on my bike and shit like that, but I have not gone back to gangs. I have not gone backwards at all. I've still stayed true to my cause, and it was upon having a conversation with a mate at the gym today that made me realize that I actually enjoyed having the YouTube channel, because I could connect with people, like-minded people that are going through similar struggles, trying to better themselves, but just finding, they're hitting brick walls everywhere. And I know that there's a lot of people that go back to the old ways just because it's hard when you don't, like, when you're in the ground of the unknown, it's hard and it can be frightening. Not frightening as like, oh, but, you're just psychologically, like, you're scared because you're not sure what your next move is, because it's all new. Although I used to live normal prior to the gangs, but that was being young, I was a boy then, I was a dick, so I didn't really know how to live then, And I'm only just working this out now, because in the normal world, I know you can't use these, but when you've grown up just using these, it's hard to learn how to transition this to this, And I'm not saying I'm tough and all that sort of shit. I'm just saying that the way that I used to deal with things was, I'd go from 0 to 100 real quick, 0 to 100 and just think, man, fuck you, And yeah, like I said, sorry if it's all over the place, whanau. I've actually got a few points here that I actually wanted to talk about. And it was getting back to the purpose of this channel now is a platform of hope, I'm going to be talking about anything and everything that I have experienced. And if you guys want me to talk about stuff too, and I have some experience in it, I will gladly talk about it. It will be nothing but truth, my truth, But like I said, I won't talk about nobody or no teams, nothing like that. It's just purely experiences that I have endured, and I can talk about them because I've lived it. So, yeah. And it's to give hope, man. We've got to have hope, because if we don't have hope, what do we have? You've got nothing. All you do is sit there in that little hole getting angry and angry at the world. And nothing's going to change unless you do, Nothing will change unless this changes, And, yeah. But anyway, I'm going to leave this first one there, whanau. I've been going for nearly 20 minutes, but I've got a lot to talk about. And I'm going to make the videos over the next, days, weeks, whatever. But if you've got things that you want me to touch on, and leave a comment, yeah. But love, light and happiness, whanau. It's awesome to be back. Awesome to be back. I feel a lot better, even just now. Even just having this little corridor, to my phone. But it feels good, to talk about it and to let it out again, and to slowly bring down that wall one brick at a time again, because I was fast to build it back up, And it takes time to bring those bricks down, you know, because, yeah, the shit that we endure over time, as much as we think it doesn't get to us, you find yourself at a place like you're just covered in shit, like, fuck, how did I get like this again, you know? So this is going to be an open platform, man. I'll talk to anyone. Anybody that wants to talk, let's talk, you know? Like I said, there's nothing special about me. I'm only here to help you along because it helps me along. So, yeah. Kia ora whanau. Love, light, and happiness, man. We'll see you soon.